Welcome back to the shop, guys. Today I'm going to take you outside, have you look at some of my logs, and then we're going to go ahead and rough turn a bowl. Okay, so here's some of the logs that I have here. I do have some more behind me. We're going to go ahead and use this piece here, and I'm going to go ahead and lop off the end here, and I'll lop off the piece over here, and we'll get going. Okay, now that we have that piece there, we're going to go ahead and split it down the center here through the pit. Look here, we'll have two beautiful bowl blanks. So we're going to go ahead and take them over to the bandsaw. As you may or may not be able to see, the bark on this wood is really thick, and I know from working with this wood before that this bark really likes to come off because this was cut in the summertime. So I'm going to go ahead and just take a chisel and a hammer, and I'm just going to go ahead and remove most of the bark. And this is the only thing I ever use a chisel for, so I really don't care if I hurt the chisel. Now with that done, I'm going to go ahead and put it between centers. Okay, now I have this good and secure in between centers, and I kind of drove it in there. That way it doesn't go anywhere. Now I'm going to use a big 3/4 inch bowl gouge here to make short work of this. We're going to go ahead and we're going to round the outside of this. We're going to put a tenon on there, and then we'll flip it around. All right? Okay, so we need to go in a little more here, and I'll have the tenon here, and we'll see what kind of a bowl we get, but it's got some really nice color. That way when I go and make my cut up here, I'll have a nice edge to go on. Go ahead and just bring the tenon down a little bit. This is about 3 inches. My chuck will take almost 3 inches, so I'll just bring this down a little bit, and then I'll use my skew to make a little dovetail on it. With a scraper to give myself a nice little dovetail. I did a little bit of shear scraping at the end there to kind of get the shape that I wanted there. It's going to be beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to cut this nib off. I might do it at the bandsaw. I lucked out. When I chucked it back up, it's actually running really true. So we're going to go ahead and take the gouge and just flatten out this surface here, and then start to core out, and then we'll move the tailstock out of the way. I got the tailstock out of the way, that way I'll be able to get the cuts that I want. And we're going to go ahead and start coring this out. This is about 9 inches, so we're going to leave about an inch wall thickness, about 10% of the bowl. So go ahead. Surface on here, I'm just going to go ahead and with a Sharpie just go ahead and measure out about an inch or so, that way I know what to shoot for. 3D camera. We're going to go ahead and move you here, see if you guys don't get hit with shavings here. Little homemade calipers here that I use to measure the thickness of the bowl as I go. I do a little work here down at the bottom. This I'll do you know, maybe half a dozen to a dozen bowls at a time, and I'll anchor seal them all at once on my workbench. But because we're just doing one right now, we'll go ahead and we'll just seal it up on the lathe here. And I just reuse this brush over and over, and I just put a real generous coat of the anchor seal on here. And I almost forgot, I like to write the date that it was turned and what wood it is. So go ahead and make sure I seal up the bottom here. And I'm just wearing a glove, I mean, it's not going to hurt me. It's just a matter of, you know, I want to be easy to get cleaned up later. So there we go. I'll go ahead and I'm going to set this on my workbench or over on a little table somewhere and let this harden, and then I'll throw it on the shelf. And you can see here, this is a bowl that I turned September 1st, and it will finish like this, and this will help keep it from cracking, let it dry slowly, and a few months from now, you know, maybe 4 or 5 months or so, whenever I get to it, I'll go ahead and turn this into a finished bowl, both of these. Well, there you go, guys. Hope you liked the video. This is on rough turning the bowl. There's a lot of different ways to do it, a lot of different techniques. You know, I might be able to, you know, do another one on different ways to do it. This is just the way I prefer to do it. There's a lot of different drying techniques. This is just a real foolproof one that we don't have to, you know, keep an eye on it. And, you know, maybe we could discuss that in a different video. But hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to give me a nice little thumbs up and subscribe and comment below. Love to hear from you. All right?